Alright, you guys, I'm finishing my Child's Play series review with Curse of Chucky. Now, Curse of Chucky, also written by Don Mancini, who wrote all 6 of these movies, as I mentioned in my Seed of Chucky review, and he also was the director of Seed of Chucky, and we all know how that turned out. But guess what? He also directed this movie, and I will say, before I talk about the plot or anything, this movie's great. It is. I actually really enjoy this one a lot. One of my favorite of the sequels. Um, so yeah, he learned from his mistakes with Seed of Chucky, and that's good to see. But let's talk about the plot. The plot of the movie is we meet Nika, and Nika is handicapped. Why is that relevant to the story? It's really not. But Nika is played by Fiona Dorff, who is Brad Dourif's, the guy who voices Chucky, his real life daughter. So it was cool to see her in here. Anyway, she's handicapped, and she gets Chucky delivered on her doorstep, and her mother dies in the beginning of the movie. And her family comes over, and they're going to stay with her for a couple days to make sure she's okay and whatnot, because she's in a wheelchair, so they're all worried about her not being able to take care of herself around the house. And then, next thing you know, Chucky's killing everybody in the house. And what I think of Curse of Chucky is, like I said, I really do like this one a lot. He learned from his mistakes from Seed of Chucky, for sure. You can definitely tell. And what I really like most about this movie is it kind of goes back to the roots of the first Child's Play movie. What I mean by that is, this is a dark movie. Most of the movie, I would say 98% of this movie takes place in the course of one day, one night actually. And we really don't even get that many daytime scenes. And it's thunderstorming, so it's a dark movie, much like the first one was. The first one was very dark. This one's dark. Another thing is we see a lot of Chucky's POV, which I believe we haven't seen any of that since the first movie. So it was good to see. Why we got a little bit of in the beginning of Seed of Chucky, but it wasn't Chucky's POV. But whatever. But anyway, we're going back to Chucky's POV. It's very dark. He doesn't talk through halfway through the movie, which a lot of people might say that's kind of a problem. I don't, because if you remember in the first Child's Play movie, it took him about halfway through the movie to speak in that movie also. So I like that they did it again here. It was a nice surprise. The cast of this movie, most of this cast, bad actors, I will admit. The writing was fine. The acting was pretty bad, aside from Fiona Dorff, who I thought was pretty solid in this movie, and her Nika's sister's husband. That guy was pretty good. Of course, Brad Dourif still shines as Chucky. And I don't want to give too much away because there's some stuff in here that I don't really want to give away at all. Stuff you have to see for yourself. But we do get a little bit of backstory on Charles Lee Ray before we see him in the opening of the first Child's Play movie. We do get a little bit more backstory on him, on what was going on, why he's targeting this particular family after so many years. You get a cool cameo in here in this movie that I'm not going to talk about. It's an end credit scene, so stick around through the credits. You can fast forward the credits, but there's a scene after the credits. It's got a really great cameo in this movie, and you guys don't want to miss it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is worth the wait, and I'm hoping that falls into the 7th movie. But yeah, Curse of Chucky, I really do like it. The kills in this movie, the kills are pretty creative. There's one involving electrocution, which I don't think we've seen Chucky really do that before. Maybe we have, and I just don't remember. But yeah, the electrocution one was good. The rat poison, there's one involving rat poison that's pretty good. There's one, involving axe, and like an axe. That one's pretty cool. The climax of this movie is awesome because we see some flashbacks of actually Brad Dourif as Charles Lee Ray and not Chucky. It was great to see flashbacks of that. Nika, like I said, Fiona Dorff, she was pretty good in the movie. Everybody else was pretty, bad when it comes to the acting. I really liked the writing, though. The writing was good. It's a new direction. Really happy with the tone of this movie. I think it's a fun time. I really do. It goes back to the roots of the first Child's Play, so if you're a fan of the first Child's Play, I think you'll appreciate this one more than you probably would the other sequels. And you're probably asking yourself, well, Curse of Chucky, is this a continuation of Seed of Chucky, or is it a continuation after Child's Play 3? Like, what is the kind of... I promise you, it may be confusing for a majority of the movie, but by the end of the movie, you will know for sure when this movie takes place and what is happening and stuff like that. All in all, guys, I'm going to give Curse of Chucky a high B+. I really do enjoy it. It's awesome. It's a good time. I liked the direction that they took with this one. Don Mancini learned from his mistakes in Seed of Chucky, thank God. Yeah, I absolutely love it, and now I can't wait for 7. And like I said, there's a scene after the credits you don't want to miss. Really cool cameo in there. So, yeah, what do you guys think of Curse of Chucky? Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know. And like the video, share, and subscribe. Just do it!